What's up, everybody? It's Cash Flow Nexus back with some more XRP and crypto news. And today it's a Friday, so happy Friday, everybody, and God bless you guys. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you already subscribed to this channel, thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I want to start off with a scripture that I thought would be nice for today because it's something that people don't really get into much, but here's one. Hosea 4:6. I said a great scripture for the day. When people reject knowledge that could save them, they bring destruction upon themselves for not adhering to it. It happens more often than not. So the scriptures pretty much says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. So, just something simple to give you guys today. But this not also applies in the real world too. If you're rejecting knowledge that that people are giving to you, like the XRP community, we're giving out good information to people, but people are not hearing what we got to say. They're laughing at it. They're saying we're crazy, yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, facts will be you can't dispute the facts, the numbers, and what's going on in the world today. So just in time, everything will reveal itself, because everything will have to come to the light eventually. So hold on. Anyway, next. So here's Mr. Crypto. It's funny, and if you're reading the title of this video, stay tuned until the very end, because we're getting there, and you'll see why I said what I said for the title. But other than that, let's continue. Mr. Crypto has said, true, false, or disbelievers. This came from the same article from my last post. Give it give it time, and it'll hit $1,000. So pretty much it's saying impossible to reach $1,000 for Ripple. Reaching $1,000 mark for Ripple is theoretically impossible, because the market would not allow such a situation. Assuming the market price has reached $1,000 and over 100 billion coins available, would constitute for a total market cap for $100 trillion. The combined market capitalization of three of the world's largest stock exchanges, NYSE, NASDAQ, and Japan Exchange Group, is around $30 trillion. Well, I have to look at that, but 3.3 times this market capitalization of just a single cryptocurrency is obviously not possible. It is just the fantasies of Disneyland. The market fall can happen on the other side of the spectrum. That means that the price of the US dollar might fall, and therefore the price of Ripple might automatically be elevated to reach $1,000 mark. That was an interesting read. Why We Settle. This was by Yoshitaka Kitao. He said, why we settle, global payments should be fast and cheap. I agree. If you're going to do business from someone across the country, you're going to want to have fast and cheap payments. This life that we're living in today is all about speed. It's all about fast. It's all about the now. Whether it's online payments or not, like online shipping, like you buy something online, you want it now. You're gonna go for the fastest shipping, like Amazon Prime. You're gonna want the fastest thing out there. You're gonna want your package to get to you the quickest, the safest, and the cheapest. So that's an example. But yes, I agree with this. I will post this article in the description. We're almost to the main event of the evening, so stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned. Let's see. So, this is by XRP Crypto Wolf, and this is just the co-main event of what we're about to get into. He said, Bitcoin's Lightning Network found to have security vulnerabilities, which could cause loss of funds, says BTC Lightning coder Rusty Russell. I don't understand why they don't just drop the BTC Lightning Network and use the XRP ledger, instead to scale it. So I will also put this article down in the description. But now, time for the main event of the evening, folks. Here we go. I don't know if I'm gonna read all of it or if I'm gonna read some of it, but we'll see. So Galgatron, you know, I gave him a follow. It was interesting to read some of it. I didn't read the whole article, but he had some very clear cut points, and I'm gonna get into why I think you should sell your Bitcoin for XRP. So, why Lightning Network sucks balls? Bold statement. I'm sure you're asking, why must I keep bashing on Bitcoin all the time? Why don't I ish on XRP rainbows anymore like the good old days? Damn it. Believe me, I take no joy in bashing Bitcoin, but I think of it as my civic and monetary duty to inform, defeat, and right now the greatest lie ever told continues to be the Bitcoin Ponzi, taking so much money from the poor sheep that just do whatever the fake news stories tell them to. This isn't fun for me. It sucks, but someone has to do it. F. I'm going to enjoy this. This final installment, Assault on Lightning Network, should wrap it up. Though I'll get back to XRP as my focus. So interesting. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. All I ever hear about from the mainstream media is Bitcoin. Why? Because of the populist dream it sells to the sheeple, the allure of easy money from mining, or the incredible historical demonstrated appreciation, the security of knowing nobody can take up your money from you if you pretend China can't. Wow, he's actually funny. The pseudo anonymity of being able to conduct your business without the taxman's spouse, laws, prying eyes, the unlimited amount of money that can be hidden safely away, the ability to send any amount of money to anybody anywhere in the world, not exactly quickly or cheaply, but better than legacy systems by a long shot, unilateral payments, meaning you can send money to someone's address and they don't have to do a thing. Good censorship resistance, so coins are all treated equally. Oh my goodness, fungibly, and if you ignore China's pools, meaning generally nobody can stop or delay your payments except that effing China can. Interesting. But then there's also the cray-cray virtues not based in reality, such as Bitcoin can be a one world currency. It will eliminate the need for banks. Not true. Like, banks will always be around. I have to iterate. Because Bitcoiners hate banks. That's true. Banks will eventually adopt Bitcoin, and even though Bitcoiners hate banks, the blind belief that Bitcoin's major shortcomings can be fixed. These are the major selling points that keep the sheeple coming back for more Bitcoins. Not the reality, but the dream. Truth is, compared to some of the truly high performance coins out there, yes, I'm referring to XRP, Bitcoin's technical virtues don't seem to be competitive at all. To the point that even the most diehard Bitcoin maxis are fumbling to cover for Bitcoin's shortcomings. If only there was a magic trick that could pull to make all the Bitcoin technical shortcomings go away. I like how this guy writes. He's very he makes you laugh while you're reading it. It's very entertaining at that. But let's carry on. Enter Lightning Network. Wait a minute. Let's do that right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest show on earth, Lightning Network. The crowd goes wild, roars, people losing their minds, screaming in ecstasy, ripping their clothes off, digging up their graves. Madness. I have never seen anything so oversimplified, misunderstood, and overhyped since Bitcoin in my life. JFC is literally a circus coming back to technically illiterate Bitcoin maxis. I have to admit, a lot of them seem to be capitulating on the idea that Bitcoin is immortal, occasionally slipping a confession or two that they're aware of the possible shortcomings in Bitcoin. However, it always comes with the caveat that but light but Lightning Network will fix that. Will it now? What is Lightning Network exactly? LN is what I called a second layer solution to a problem that doesn't seem solvable or practical on the first layer. The Bitcoin blockchain is a first layer, and it hasn't evolved in any significant way. Excuse me. That addresses the technical challenges it faces, such as limited scaling, high fees, slow transactions, centralization into pools, Chinese government exposure, etc. While not all of these problems can be solved by a second layer, on the surface it seems that LN, Lightning Network, has been developed to facilitate the following: improve speed of payments, lower cost of payments. Great, and it works. And well, I've never seen that word. Anecdotal recounts paint a picture of exceptionally quick Bitcoin payments and even more palatable low fees. Palatable low fees, my bad. Lots of high profiles advocates seemed a wild success, particularly to those that stopped reading after this mandatory layman's introduction. Go ahead, read it if you are new to LN. I won't repeat it. Okay, let me skip all that. Let me get on to, let's see, the meat of it. So let's go here. It goes full centralization in China, and I'm gonna just highlight it. You could read that. Greed motivated governance. I'll highlight that. Oh, I can't really double highlight. Okay, that sucks. But anyway, highlighting all this. So take a little quick read, skim it if you need to, but give you some time to look at it. All right, now let's go to the next step. Now, let's see. Do I want to read all of this? That is quite a bit. Let's see. So what I'll do, because I hate reading. I read, but reading is not like my favorite thing to do. But I read because it's necessary to grow. It gives you information, and you don't get left behind. So if you're hearing me say this, read, but I don't enjoy it. I do it, but I don't enjoy it. But anyway, let's go on. I'll read 3 of these things, and I'll pick 3 out of this. So I'll read pre-funding. So number 1, cons about the Lightning Network itself. Yes, you need to open an channel by placing Bitcoin in a special setup between you and a LN node operator where your coins are considered locked from both of you. Okay, so but with that option of you allowing portions of that locked amount to be dedicated to the LN node operator, simply put, you admittedly trustlessly pre-fund a channel to someone else's LN node, paying an upfront on-chain payment normal fee to get it there, tying up those funds until you spend them on the LN. This may not seem a big deal. He should have said seem like a big deal. But if for some reason you need to get those funds out, you have to close the channel and then pay yet another on-chain fee to have the remaining Bitcoins returned to your address. That's right. At least 2 on-chain payments to effectively use LN. That sounds like trash. So you're just wasting more money just using that system. So just that alone is a reason why you should You know, sell your Bitcoin, buy XRP. All right, let's me pick another one. Here we go. Limited transaction size. Despite some meaningful growth in the LN node count, the actual funds available for liquidity has stagnated. Average LN nodes can only handle payments in the $100 range. Doesn't seem to be improving in the past 5 to 6 months. There are arguments that there are hidden nodes that have additional liquidity. There are also compelling arguments. Oh my God, that leprechauns hide pots of gold into my. Wow, he's going off. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see. Let's see. All right, this one seems good. 7. Regulation is looming with certainty. LN nodes soon have to adhere to the very same money transmitter registration process that all money conduit businesses do, and they will have to adhere to regulations KYC, AML, etc. Do you really think the government is going to continue to let these well-known LN nodes transmit money without a license? Do you really think the vast majority of these enthusiast nodes operators want to go through all that money transmitter requirements, tediums, just to make a few bucks? Which brings me to, and then he says, F the operators pretty much. Enthusiasts are not philanthropists. The real world experience of being a LN operator is quite illuminating. Running 24/7, servers cost money, as do consistently opening and closing channels. And if there's not money to be made, they won't last. If they somehow increase the LN fees to offset these defections, then say goodbye to your cheap LN network fees, defeating the whole purpose of LN in the first place. See how that works. And then he says centralization. I'll read one more. Let's see which one. Let's see. I'm gonna read one more and then I'm gonna end it there. And I'll just post the article so you could, come back to it. Let's see. Let's say time on scaling is hampered by complexities. All right, let's go with 11. LN nodes are prime targets for hacking. LN nodes are unable to exercise cold wallet storage for their liquidity in order to be online all the time as required, and thus they are very visible, high-value hacking targets. This considerably reduces the motivation to participate as a LN node, and particularly discourages large liquidity pooling, reducing the overall size of payments that they can facilitate. So that being said, going back to what XRP, Crypto Wolf said, let's highlight this. I don't understand why they don't just drop the BTC Lightning Network and use the XRP ledger instead to scale it. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of suck at reading. I did my best, but I gave it my all. But at the same time, I hope you guys got some information out of this and are, receive what I had to say. And, definitely subscribe if you're new and come back to this channel. If you liked what you got and heard, please leave your boy a tip, show some love to me, and, we'll go from there. But at the end of the day, I just want to help you guys out and give you the best information. I'll leave all information in the description box on these articles and everything. And if you want to learn the style that I trade as well, it's also in the description below. So comment your thoughts on what you think. I hope this video goes viral and causes some controversy, because what's a little controversy? Makes gets out there and makes some things happen. But anyway, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. God bless you guys, and stay tuned for more in the future. And peace.